Hi, I'm Brenda. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel, the Empress and Sun Tarot. Today, we're going to do some live tarot readings. We're going to start with a general energy update for today, and then we'll get into some messages. So, we would just like to thank everyone for joining us. As you come in, please just say hi and let us know you're here. And we are live from Las Vegas. That is where Dave and I are this week, in Las Vegas. He is at a conference, so I am doing a little work. So we are going to see what messages want to come through today. So we are using the Hidden Realms Oracle from Colette Baron Reed. They were in the new Hay House subscription box, and we are just really loving them. So we are going to see what is the general message for today. Okay. What is the general message for today? Okay. The Spirit of the cards are ready to give us the messages. So we get the cards of begin with faith in spring, beginnings, innocence, fertility, and growth. Are you ready for some new growth in your life? Pull those back a little bit. All the time in the world, having enough time management. So are you managing your time? And we notice the three cards on the table are very prominently in green. So are you being grounded? Are you being in your heart space? And then we get the focus on the brilliance, which is pay attention, prioritizing, and preserving. So are you focusing on the things that are important to you? Are you taking the time to work on that? Like on vacation here, we're doing some work. My channel is a priority. Being a messenger is a priority for me and Celia. So we are here to bring the message forward. So we get the underlying energy of the emergence of hope, faith, trusting in the divine plan, and all is well, and the card of patience. So do you know that everything is working out for you more and more every day if you're unsure? So just be open. We are going to check that real quick. So he says, so we are just going to, okay. And we are going to use the Light Seers deck to get a few more messages. So we hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It's definitely a different time of the day for me, but we are on a 3-hour time difference. So just following where the path is guiding us. Are you doing the same? Are you moving towards where your spiritual path is trying to guide you? We're going to get a couple from the bottom of the deck, because you have contracts with people to work on this healing, to work together. Or are you taking the time to do that? Because there is a new opportunity coming towards you that's going to bring you, everything you desire, maybe some travel. And it looks like a lot of fun with the Six of Pentacles underneath. So that is about, are you feeling balanced in your energy? Have you taken some time to step back on your path? Or have you, been working on other energies? Have they had your focus in the 3D versus, versus your path, which is definitely now calling you? We're going to get a couple cards. The Five of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. So that's really quickly. It looks like the energy can go from look like it's barren and nothing's really happening to overflowing abundance, a life of ease and stability. Are you ready to move into a little bit more stability? Because we feel like some message is going to come towards you that's going to give you a new offer towards everything you want, because there's the Knight of Cups. So an offer that's going to really be a substantial offer, something to help fill your cup up. Then we get the Six of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. So if you've been really feeling stuck, it is now time to move forward. Some action is going to happen to move you forward. Are you ready to do that? Because we get the Eight of Pentacles. So we feel like the new action is going to be a job offer or something that's going to bring in a lot of stability. That maybe you've been trying to figure out how to manifest and, really trying to push something forward. And sometimes, when we surrender and say, source, I'm at your will, take me, then it can happen. And we're going to say something we feel is going to happen in like the next 6 weeks with this offer coming towards you. That's really going to bring in financial stability. So are you ready for a huge change in the next 6 weeks? Something where it's going to be a lot more equal give and take, something more stable, something that's really on your path. We get a couple of Celia messages, and we get the spirals of life, which is learning the life lessons, healing the cycles and patterns. Gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude is the highest vibration. Make a list and savor your life. And we get the card of meditate, which is clarity, peace, and balance. And then transformation and progress. You are undergoing some major changes. Be easy on yourself at this time. Get lots of rest and drink extra water. And we got that card last night as well. And we get the card of be confident, smile, shine your light. There is only one you. And that is absolutely true. So are you ready to shine your light? Are you ready to move things forward? Because honestly, moving it, meditating and being in that place of gratitude can really help with the healing, can help really move things along quite a bit. So he says we're going to get a couple of cards for clarification on what you're holding on to that's holding you back. So she says, if you go off on this adventure, are you ready to pack lightly? Because with that, she's just got a small bag with her for, where she is, can't help but notice the mountains in the background as I had the window open for a brief minute and we have that as well. So we are going to see what are you holding on to that you want to bring forward with you. We get the King of Wands and the Hanged Man. So is there a masculine energy you want to bring along with you? Somebody that you feel is, your long haul person? Because if they are, it's going to be just the natural thing for them to go with you. And is it that you have to now also take the action forward needed after a long pause? Have you been pausing? Have you been holding yourself back? Do you think I have to do more work on myself? I have to, get to a higher level? Because honestly, that's the only thing holding you back. And when you decide to say, okay, I'm trusting in my gifts and my powers and I'm ready to move forward, things can move forward really quickly. And we're going to get some clarification on the Nine of Pentacles. And we get the Death card. So are you looking at money differently? Are you ready to manifest money differently? Are you ready, to bring it in really quickly? Does it come and go really quickly for you? Are you ready to bring it to stay growing on the tree, to keep, passive income things to just continue to come to you? Are you ready for that? And then we are going to get some clarification on the Five of Pentacles as well. Because are you feeling a lack of a person? If it is, it's possibly because they have been doing a lot of work, but we feel like if your person has also been putting in that work, you are going to have new contact from them, because that Knight of Cups, has a dozen roses in his hat in his hand. So I feel like he is, going to be coming back around. So yep, for a brand new cycle, because we get the wheel there with the Queen of Cups. So as you're stepping into empowering your feminine energy is what is going to turn that wheel. To know that as you fill your cup up and gain your stability and know your worth, like that is going to do the turn, because the lack is your faith in yourself. Like it's right here. It all begins with faith in the spring. So are you ready to get grounded, be in your heart space and fill it with love? Because, as you trust the universe, it will bring it right back to you, because definitely money is trying to transform quickly for you. Are you ready for that? Because, with the clarifiers we pulled, their 4 cards came out and 3 of them are majors, which is saying this is really being divinely guided. Are you ready to move on to something where you're more confident, where you're more stable? Because, we have 3 kings and 1 queen. We have the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the King of Wands, and then the Queen of Cups. Are you being in your feminine energy? Are you blocking your masculine energy where it comes to your emotions? Are you blocking out masculine energy, definitely from somebody from your past, somebody that maybe hurt your heart, that's somebody going to come back around as you decide to step into your worth? So we hope that message resonates, and we're going to clean it up, and then we're going to get some other cards for some viewers. We hope everyone is having a fantastic day. We are so yes, Ruby, we take questions. You can just drop your question and we will get it. We're just gonna clean up the cards for a little bit. We hadn't done a live recently, so we thought we'd come on and do some readings, share the blessing of our gift of my guide Celia. So okay. I think I'm gonna have to make my cat a little bigger. And welcome, Ultra Ego Wisdom. I'm just gonna shuffle the cards a little, and then we will get into some questions. How is Joy feeling about me right now? The card that wanted to flip is ripe, juicy, and ready. Um, poised for success, potential waiting to be realized. So that looks like a really positive energy, and the underlying energy is the river dances to the sea, flow state, trusting in the adventure. Trust that everything is happening in the right time, as it truly is. But we definitely feel like that's some, like, ripe, juicy, and ready. What else can we say about? And just know that in the right time, we feel like everything's going to happen, because you get that trust in the adventure and the flow state, which is definitely So things are going to come back around, a whole new cycle. We get the moon and the temperance card. So we are going to say, there are three majors that came out. So this is saying it's very divinely guided. This is a cycle that keeps repeating for you or for the other person. So where is the pattern in this? And you can call in Archangel Michael and get some guidance because he is great to help find the balance in, because if you're having an energy or that other person is, I'll tell you honestly, if they're non-committal, then you have some energy with that because everything is a mirror. And we feel like there's a heart chakra activation going on. And know that that person's thinking of you because there's a little heart there, it's a little heart there. So that is, and even if you think this is something that can't happen, look, there's a little pig up in the corner saying, if pigs fly, and underneath that is the King of Cups, which is about, being balanced and grounded. So, and know that everything's happening in the right time. And in this card, he's actually having a heart chakra activation as well. So, and I'll just say, when you're doing that heart chakra, dark night of the soul every time. So it's going to bring up every shadow to be healed, every wound you have. So if whatever that person is triggering for you is part of your pattern that you need to kind of look at, because they're definitely, that looks like a really good sweet energy, thinking of you like. Celia says, I know how I feel when I get that little smirk on my face with Dave. So that's a definite, very good energy that person is feeling about you. Hi, KCT. I am doing great. We're actually on vacation, and Dave's at a conference, so not really vacation, but we're in Vegas while he's at a conference. So, so you said let's do some reading. So here we are. So awesome. We are glad that resonated. We hope you have a great day. And ultra ego wisdom. My question is, when I asked Tasman to take her out, she said no. We're gonna see what is going on. And so he says we're gonna switch to this energy deck. Okay, and you get the cards of kinship, which is community in your group, and like that's definitely feels like a good chill vibration together. And then we get the past life guides, karmic lesson, present assistance. Call in your ancestors and guides and ask what's causing this, because we feel like there's a lot of emotion with the current of emotions, uncontrolled feelings. So we feel like there could definitely be more going on than maybe part of this person's karma. So, and we're going to get you a couple of tarot. But we feel like it's in the past, like been a very good vibe, and that it's going to come to that. We just feel like there's something emotionally going on, and then we get up from the depths, and then phase entanglement. So we feel like there could be personally something going on more than you realize. And that person is going to mirror you. That's how everything works. Like whatever they have going on normally, if you're around them or whatever, you kind of have kind of the same thing. Yeah. And we get the Three of Wands, which is personal wish fulfillment, something coming in for you. And the King of Swords, which is just be clearly and know. Sometimes people are going through things and just know that does not mean it's about you. I feel like there's definitely something else going on. And in the end, that Three of Swords or that Three of Wands is there for you with the sun, happiness. So act as if it's already done. Understand something going on, like up from the depths. Like we feel like something going on and that phase entanglement under there. So just know that something's going on, but we feel like overall that's like part of your group, the sun. You can't, what more could you ask for? And like, where would you like to be with this person in 6 months, a year, 5 years? Because your words are powerful. Your words create your reality. How is your self-talk? And then be of service. It all starts with you. Be the change the world needs. She did that. Maybe reach out and ask her, is everything okay? Like, thank you, Corinne. We're going to get you next. But like, reach out and ask her. Like, be very clear. But, King of Swords, the sun is in Gemini right now. So like, just, hi, just wanted to check on you. Do the thing to like be in your emotional space as well. Hi, just wanted to check on you. Are you okay? Hey, can we chill out later? Or hey, or send a little something, and you're going to be surprised at the result you're going to get back. It's going to come. Be confident. There with all the cards. So, hi, Corinne. Welcome to the room. Let me get the rest of the cards. That was just a lot of energy. Hi, Corinne. How have you been? Dave and I are we're in Vegas. He's doing a conference, so you said let's do a little. We're in excessive heat warning. It's over 100, so we're chilling out a little bit and going to go out in a little bit. But so, Corinne, do you Yeah, we've just been doing a lot of growth and working on stuff and just working on stuff. Like unbelievable growth and change every day. So what's been going on with you, Corinne? Okay. And she said we're gonna go back to these. One of my new favorites right now. Corinne, what's going on for you? You get the alchemy of poison, transformational lessons, reclaiming personal choice, radical forgiveness, and a way out of the weeds. A clear way out, multitasking, getting organized. So, Corinne, have you been feeling really emotionally drained? Are you feeling drained? It's like, are you feeling drained? I will tell you, I have been feeling this. And honestly, I did a spread for me last night and I got 2 of these cards. That's why I'm like, I know exactly how you're feeling because I know how I've been feeling. And I've been feeling really drained. So like this week, like we're taking it easy. Dave's doing conference and I'm just kind of chilling out and refilling my cup. And we refilled it enough that so he's like, let's do it live. Let's have some fun. So transformation is going on. I know like the energy's been like super strong. Like, and I know Dave and I have been working on a huge amount of work the last couple of weeks. So, have you been getting out in the sun? You get the sun, the chariot, a couple down. The Page of Swords. So we're going to see what you get. You get the King of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Sun, the Chariot, and the Page of Swords. Corinne, do you know what? Like, we're going to let you see that. That's like, there's a little thing on the shoulder here, and it's kind of poisoning the whole person. And you know what? Last night when I was getting this card, you know what we were realizing? Me and Celia. we were we were realizing that's my ego. That's poisoning me, poisoning my mind, trying to keep me stuck. And like the message last night was totally about getting unstuck and asking the question. And it's ironic because earlier in the day, I had asked the question, I got an answer. And then we did that reading last night as a collective reading. And it was basically the same thing. Ask what's holding you back. And we feel like, ask. The message is going to come to you, and then you're going to move forward quickly once you change your focus. Because like I've been feeling like this, just like kind of drained and just not as focused as I could be. So I feel like this is saying take some time to, pay attention to where your focus is. And then, what do you need to forgive yourself for? Because that radical forgiveness is most of the time the thing we have to forgive is ourselves. And when you get the card of true love, yes, this is the romantic partner you seek. And the card of be happy. It's your choice, smile, shine your light. And the card of get grounded. So go out in nature when you can and get grounded. And then look at where, because the true partner is you, Corinne. Like you are first. You have to have that. Like Dave was having some feelings because yesterday he was gone from like 9 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I'm okay with it. I'm okay by myself. I'm okay with my own company. Like, don't worry about me. So, like, are you at that place where you're like, I'm okay with me, and I'm just gonna like fill my own cup up? Because like right now you're pouring from an empty cup. Not good. We only say that because we're literally feeling kind of that same way. And maybe, sometimes we have experiences so we can share them with, others. So if you're feeling that way, Corinne, there is a way out of the weeds. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. A call to transformation. She said we're taking the next one too. Letting go of stories. What have you been telling yourself about the past? What have you been telling yourself, Corinne, about the past? Because I think it's time to get a new perspective on it. Is part of, where is the wisdom in it? That is what the work is. Are you finding the wisdom in whatever is going on with you? Like me, I'm like, okay, I'm being depleted. I'm not following my passion. And you know why I'm being depleted? Because I'm not following my passion. It's the craziest thing. So we're going to start putting out a lot more content and following the passion and being the messenger as we are supposed to be being. And doing that, I feel so much more enlivened today than I felt in a couple of weeks. So we are loving that. So we are feeling that for you. So Corinne, how's your self-talk? It is. And you have all the time in the world. So all the time in the world to work on it, because that is having enough time and time management. Corinne, are you feeling like you're Corinne, do you feel like your biological clock is ticking? It's not at all by any means. You have all the time in the world. But the clarity is there. Like what that thought of that That thought of feeling rushed, like my biological clock is ticking, like literally is like the thing that's holding on to the clock, like trying to like keep everything just as it is. So everything works out in exactly all the right time. Yes. Let it go. So he says, let it go. And Corinne, you get the King of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So as you're holding on to that energy from the past, just know, is that a, is there a family pattern in that? And do you feel like you're giving something up to have that? Because he's like over here, okay, I'm waiting. Over here waiting in the wings. Like, are you afraid you're gonna have to really give something up? Like, are you afraid that you can't have it all? Because that's definitely not true. Because you get the 4 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. So that mindset is the only thing holding you back from the happiness of the King of Wands and that. So we think fire sign, tall, dark, and handsome. I asked Celia for more clarity on that. So that's what that was about. So just know in the right time, it's going to happen. And you're not going to have give up anything that you don't want to give up. You get to create your reality. And if you really want to continue working and have kids and do that, that is absolutely 100% fine. If you want to take time off and raise your kids, that's 100% fine too. That King of Wands definitely into, the thing to where if you want to do part time or work from home or whatever, it's going to work out. You get to decide what, like, so it's like, write it down. I would like to, how many kids do you want? Like, write it down. Like, so, so he's just like, write it down. What do you want? Like, you want a couple of kids, right? Two. Two's a good number, Corinne. I had two. So he's like, two. So, so we feel like it's definitely there for you. Just you got to think you have all the time in the world. I want to be healed in my place that where when I'm having babies, you know what? I'm not carrying any of that negative karma into that baby. Because if you're going through, honey, that's just a number. There's something we feel like you're as you're focused, like so focused on that. I'm 41. It's a number. Everything happens in exactly the right time. Like everything in the right time. Well, you could always do a 2 for 1 shot and have twins. I mean, and there are many other options. There are a lot of kids that need adopted. So don't don't limit your possibilities. What if you marry somebody that already has 2 kids? 2 small kids, no mom. I mean, I feel like you're trying to put it in such a small box. You know, it doesn't have to be. What if somebody's got 1 kid and then come and you have another kid with them, and then you have 2 kids? Promise you, you're going to love that other kid as much as your own, just because the heart you have. but we hear 2 kids. But Celia says, don't rush it. Like there's things you're working through, and we feel like the card that was here, the poison card, like that thought process is poisoning you and slowing your eggs and everything down. Honestly, like slowing it all down. Because you know what? In God's time, it's going to happen. And that's the honest truth. But the thought of it's not happening, I just turned 41 and it's not happening, and that thought in your head is the ego trying to hold you back to where you are. Okay, well, you can't have that. Maybe you should just be happy where you're at. You know what? That is literally it trying to poison your mind. Say, you know what? I know God has a better plan for me than that. I know the kind of mother I'm going to be. Do you have names picked out? Like focus on like that kind of stuff. What kind of names would you like? What kind, are you looking at meanings? Like, yeah. It's funny because Celia said I all that so I could just have this whole thing that we just had to be like, that's exactly my thoughts have been doing it to me. That's how come I saw that. I'm like, your thoughts. So you are welcome. Thank you for donating. We greatly appreciate you, as always. And we're glad to see you. Yeah, but in the right time. And like start doing that. Like think about, the things you would want, what kind of parenting style do you want to have? What, like raising kids nowadays is so much different than when I had my kids, and I can greatly appreciate it all now. So we hope that helps, Corinne. Have a wonderful day. And yes, like if you want to think of names and then look at, when you're looking at the name, look at what the meaning of it is, and look at what, the sacred geometry of the word is, and have those kind of, there's great use of your time. You can go on, and like, I'm going to find, some really great options, and like make a list of like 10 names. Don't I have to have this one name? Like, give yourself some options. I like this. I like that. It gives you time to explore and to think about and thinking about, well, holding your baby. Would this be the perfect name for that baby? And like, so segment intend. Celia, we're blaming Celia. She wanted to come on today. Yesterday we did some shorts and a little video, and today she's like, we're doing a live. So here we are. I'm not in the best lighting, but we're here. So thank you for donating, Corinne. We greatly appreciate you and glad to talk to you. I like have every light in the place on. I had the window open, but it was just crazy bright. So, Megana, we will get you. Um, Big hug to you, Corinne. We're so glad we came on today. Got to see you. So we're going to probably do it again tomorrow. He's at the conference again tomorrow, so we're going to try to be on again tomorrow. What does JK feel for me? Well, you get the card of past life guides, karmic lesson, present assistance, which for me is saying like this is like a past life connection with that person. And then we get the angel of the chakras, power, truth connection. So we feel like you definitely have, she's like, look, that and that, a past life connection with this person. And then you get personal guide, guardian angels, spirit family. So definitely feel like you have some connection with this person from the past life. We feel like with that together makes me, we're gonna grab a Celia card. Definitely part of your mission in this life because you get the North Node card, which is your mission in this life. True love, yes, this is a partner you seek, and do a burn. Do you know what you write down what you want to manifest or release and burn it, and then spiritual growth, opening it up to new spiritual gifts. I think this person is definitely more connected to you and maybe doesn't understand the pull towards you. But definitely like feels like it's a really great connection. She says there's the lovers. Thank you, Corinne. We feel like there's going to be forward movement with the chariot there. And then we have the Seven of Swords. So what if there's been some like tricky behavior going on in the past or somebody feeling a little sketchy to you, know that that's going to change and move into a different direction as soon as you change your focus. If you're focused on what's this person doing, they feel sketchy to me, then they're going to keep being sketchy. If you focus on what you want and know that I'm going to focus on my mission and, and just trust source has a plan, but we feel like you're definitely connected to this person. And it's just saying sometimes you need time to focus on something different. Because if there's any of that energy going on, it's definitely gonna like if you're feeling like there's red flags, where do you have that same red flag? Like take the focus off of them and put it back on yourself. So whatever's going on, if they're being non-committal or non-communication, like ask yourself, where do you have that same thing? Corinne, do you have another question? Thank you for donating. We greatly appreciate you. You are welcome. Have a wonderful day. Let's see if Corinne has another question. And then KCT will get you. Do you have? Yes, I am connected to my guide Celia, which is my bridge to source. She is my higher self in the collective consciousness. Like all of us have a little piece of us comes here and most of the rest of us stays there. And like she's that part of me that connects me to God. So no, Amanda, we didn't get you yet. We we're seeing if Corinne had another question since she donated again. And then we we're doing KCT because she was been here since the very beginning. So and KCT, yeah, you can post your questions. Oh, clarity and peace of mind. I will just tell you, KCT, Corinne got that card just a little bit ago about that, the alchemy of poison, because that negative thought thing of worrying just is literally poisoning your body. It literally is stealing your energy. How would you want it to turn out instead of what you're worrying about happening? Because I'll tell you honestly, the ego, the mind, only knows the worst possible scenario. So then if anything else happens, it's like a relief. It literally picks the very worst scenario. So you get the creature of air, which is the knight of swords, which is the card of speed, which is about, things can change really fast. And we get Jumby, total disruption, which is the number 13 card, which is the death card. So things can change really quickly. And we get the judge, poetic justice, which is the justice, the justice card. Are you ready for things to get balanced out? You have a karmic contract for this. It is going to play out just the way it needs to. Everything is always working out for you. Um, like what would be the best possible thing to happen? Like the ego tells us the worst possible thing. Like, and the higher self is like, what's the best possible thing? The best possible thing you can wish for is nowhere near the possibility of the top of the realm of what you can have. Like, that's why so often we are surprised and delighted by things that happen to us, just because we think the worst case scenario. I mean, it's crazy that we're programmed to think the worst case scenario. But like, we feel like as soon as you change like the focus of where your thoughts are, like it can totally disrupt everything. Like it says total disruption. Like you could change everything by changing your thought. I'll tell you, Celia gave me a little Celia, my guide, gave me a little reference of timelines. She said there's like, I had a vision of like all these like little mounds of dirt as far as you could see as a reference point. Every time you make any decision, you turn onto a different timeline. You have an ultimate goal over here. There are many paths through this maze to get you to the place you need to be. Like, truly to get you where you need to be. And you get the card of the Emperor. So, the Emperor is about safety, stability. So we feel like, and that's a major, and whatever's going on with this is part of your path. And as you find your balance, like you got the wheel in the world, like together, like divinely guided, divinely protected. Like it's about you finding your balance and you maintaining your energy no matter what the outward circumstances appear. You need to be in this energy. I know everything is working out. Everything always works out for me, and it does. Really, 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 it does. The whole universe is conspiring for it to turn out for you. I know that's crazy to think, but it's really true. Like, it really is. Like, that is the work for you to understand. It is like, okay, this may not look like what I want it to look like, but that means it's not the end because it's going to turn out the way that's best for me because everything happens for your benefit. And we're going to get you a Celia card. But I definitely feel like it's about, do you trust and have faith? Because in the wheel card, she's standing on the top of that, with her arms out on one leg, in that, in that pose, really trusting. And in this one, she's standing on a ring with one foot. She's really trusting. The Emperor definitely is in all about trust and faith. As soon as you, oh, it's about your personal karma, the karma you brought into this life, and the karma you accumulate daily. The way we know things change is not the situation around us; it's how we react to the situation. Prayers. God, thank you for taking care of this situation for me. I know I am a child of God and I am blessed, and therefore it will all work out for me. And truly have the faith in God, source, the universe, whatever it is you believe in. Like, it's really asking you to test your faith. And as soon as you put it out there and say, I surrender this to you, take care of it for me, because it's beyond what I can physically control. And as soon as you let it go, literally, that is the test. Can you let it go and surrender it? It is totally part of your path. Can you make the choice to do that? Because if you do, things are going to move forward really quickly, from the 10 of swords to the 6 of swords, or the 6 of wands to that victory. So everything is going to turn out okay. I mean, when you get both of those in a reading, that is huge. Like, awesome. And that's why, so you said we're here today. We haven't been doing live for a little while, but today she said we were going to come do something. So here we are. But it's literally as soon as you change that. If you get scared, call in Archangel Michael to protect you. Literally, like, I have been in a situation years ago, in the dark night of my soul, where I put myself in not a very smart situation. And I felt not safe. And then I was shown, like, the most amazing thing happened. Like, little white orbs came from every direction around me, to visibly close enough and physically close enough for me to know I was safe. The other person I was with very much felt the same thing, and they left because they were probably going to do some harm to me. But I was shown I was protected. And you know why I was shown I was protected? So I can tell that story. Like, literally, like, I was shown, like, I was protected. Like, I couldn't count how many little orbs of light there were. That's how many. There were so many, I couldn't count them. At the time, I had no idea how profound that was. But that showed me how protected I am. So I can tell you today how protected you are. The same thing. If you do not feel safe, call in Archangel Michael, ask him to put you in a protective bubble. You can have your family put, Archangel Michael, I ask you to put my family in a protective bubble of, golden white light, surround them and protect them, truly. As you walk the path, you are so protected. So we hope that helps, KCT. That just took me back to a very emotional place. So you are welcome. And literally, Archangel Michael, like, before you go to sleep at night, I know you, like, Archangel Michael can be everywhere. Before you go to sleep, a lot of times, like, if me and Dave have a lot going on or whatever, I call him in. Archangel Michael, watch over us while we sleep. Don't allow anyone to come into our dream space, protect us with the legion of angels. And then I sleep better than ever. If I feel like I'm being psychically attacked, I do that. Otherwise, in general, we have general protection around our house and things, but, like, sometimes I need extra. And when I do, like, I call in Archangel Michael. He's by far the warrior of light. So if you need it, call him in. We hope that helps. Amanda, we were going to get just checking the phone. So Amanda, if you're still here, we will get your question. Sometimes Celia takes a few moments on a reading. Just we try to really tap into the energy. So Nor, we'll get you while we're waiting on Amanda. Amen, Aquarius, energy towards me. Okay. Okay, we get the card of sensitivity and strength, tapping into the forces within. And there's, you can't help but notice there's a little feather there. Letting go of urgency, surrender, freedom of time constraints. So if you're trying to push something along, know that everything happens in the divine time. Then we get shamanic healer, which is cleansing attunement. So we feel like some energy is needing to be cleared. And then you get the card of freedom, which is moving on, letting go, which is, and we get the card of community or kinship, which is community in your group. I feel like this is saying you're so focused on this person that it's pushing them away. Like there's so much urgency there. Like you can roll things with a feather or like energetically, really lightly or really heavily. And we feel like if you're thinking a lot about that person and trying to really energetically push it along, it's the thing that is pushing that person away. Because honestly, as soon as you pull your energy back and be like, okay, because the feminine energy should not be pursuing. Because we get the Tower and the Two of Wands. What do you want? Do you want to chase that person or do you want to be pursued? If you want to be pursued, you have to focus on other things besides that person. Make the choice to focus on the things that do make you happy. And as you focus on those, that's when the change can come around because it's definitely part of your path, part of your group. But we feel like the focus being there is you energetically pursuing that person instead of being in the position of being pursued. Because if the masculine energy feels like they're being pursued, they're going to run. That's what they do. They find it as a risk. I've been learning quite a bit lately about men and risk, how much risk assessment most men do. Like they're, you know, and love is like the biggest risk of all. So if they feel like there's any risk, they're going to run. So thank you as well, KCT. Have a wonderful day. And anybody else that would like a message, just drop us a comment and we will get a message for you. Because we are right at an hour, so I do think we have gotten everybody. So we are going to take a little break and then probably be back in a little while. Dave's gone, so we may be back since it's excessive heat where we're at, and we cannot be Hi Maria, how are you? We're getting ready to go, but we will do you have a question, dear? Yes. Okay. Filling up there for my glass, and they're not even up there. Um, you get the card of all the time in the world, having enough time and time management, and then you get the card of a way out of the weeds, which is a clear way out, multitasking and getting organized, and co-creative, the dream of co-creation, manifesting divine partnership and frequency alignment. Um, if something has happened, for one, no, there's no time rush, but there's definitely a way out of whatever the prickly energy is, so to say. And then you get the mask we wear, self-expression, protection, authentic self. So have you are you showing your most authentic self to this person? Like, has there been any kind of inconsistencies? Like, you get the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Temperance card. So whatever the burden is, when you decide to let it go, yeah, when you do, it's okay. Balance is good. That's stepping in your power. Like, you have to like do that. Like, you have to be willing to be like, boundary. You have to be willing to walk away. Like, I deserve better. And when you say those words out loud to God, source, the universe, I deserve better treatment than this, that is like a statement like that levels you up. I deserve better. I know my true power. I know I'm divinely protected. And if this person can't bring balanced energy and consistency to me, they're not the right person. Because the King of Swords, Maria, you know what I was just talking about right before you got here? Men have this thing sometimes called where they're doing risk assessment. And they if they feel anything has not got enough payoff for the risk, they don't do it. Like, men think totally different than we do, by the way. Um, but like, I feel like this person is like doing that, like very, and like in and out, and then we get the Tower. But like, as you set a boundary, you're going to make this person have to feel their emotions, and then we get the Two of Cups and the Judgment card. So we feel like, set the boundary. You have to do that. Like, that is part of your mission. You get the card of fill up your. It's funny because there's the dang boundaries card right there. We teach people how to treat us. Truly, you're teaching him it's okay to do that to you. If it's okay to do it to you now, it's going to be okay like in the future. Like, you get the card of fill up your cup. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you get the card of take some time to be. A break is needed. Give source some time to work in your favor, and surrender into service. When you are unsure of which direction to take, focus on service. Pull your energy back from this person. Like, pull it back. Focus on your mission. Focus on your healing. Focus on what you do want to co-create with Source. Because, like, Source is saying, what do you want? If you want this, I'll tell you, write a list. Before I met my husband, I wrote a list of all the qualities I wanted. I wanted consistency. I wanted honor. I wanted loyalty. I wanted unconditional love. I wanted 2 pages worth. Like, I definitely knew what I didn't want, so I definitely knew what I did want. So, like, I wrote it, and I'll tell you, Dave, my husband, all the things on my list, maybe every day, not all of the things, but in general, he is all the things on my list. Definitely consistent, definitely loyal. Because those were part of the boundaries when I made my list that this is, no half-assing it with me. And you need to have that. I deserve better, and I'm like, yeah. And like, you know what the universe is going to do? It's going to test you. Do you have a boundary? Are you willing to give up part of your authentic self to have this person? Don't do it. Because, and then honestly, I'm going to tell you, I'm even going to give you a little, my guide Celia is going to give you a little heads up, okay? If this person or whatever changes or says they'll change, or the next person, the next opportunity is going to be the same dang experience because everything is an echo. And it's going to see, do you have a boundary? Has this happened in the past? It's a test. Do you have a boundary? Before things change, it's going to come around again to see, have you learned your lesson? Do you have a boundary? Do you know your authentic self? Do you hold yourself in a high value? Like, yes. And as soon as you put the boundary up and change that, the whole freaking cycle changes. You know what? I told one person that was kind of like an in and out person for me, I'm dating for marriage. The very next person I dated was Dave. And then we're married, like married. It's a cycle you have. Look at the pattern. Like, how does it make you feel when it gets complicated? And it only gets complicated because the boundaries. If you're confident, you know what? Make that man chase you. Make him pursue you. Make him like, because there ain't nothing complicated if he is true and honest in his intentions. Honestly, I can just say that because I have been on this very road. Truly a lesson I had to learn. And literally, it was that boundary of, what I was, I deserve better. And I'm not going to allow for anything less than that. Like, because you do deserve better. But, and she said, look, there's a sun. Like, you do deserve better. It's coming for you. Yeah, like give them a chance. Say, this is, these are appearing to be red flags to me. That causes and like talk their language. They love this. Your inconsistency is causing my risk meter to go off. I don't know if the reward is worth the risk to me at this point. Like truly, like but you have to talk their language. I've learned. Like Dave and I have been like, because we're twin flames and we're going through the whole cycle of it all and learning it all, and like that's why I get to learn all this, so then I get to teach it all. But just know, if you give him the boundary and then give him the boundary and then give him a chance, if he passes your boundary or continues to be inconsistent, then know that that is a risk for your heart. And are you willing to risk giving a part of yourself away to have this person? Is he all that? Like, really? To give up part of yourself? Like, I don't feel like it is. So we hope that helps, Maria. Thank you for joining us. And sometimes we don't even realize till we hear it like that. And I'm just telling you, I'm channeling. It's my guide Celia. So apparently that was also why we were here today. We hope you have a great day, and we will be back later to do some more. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.